From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 10, powered by Royal Ranthambore.
Ladies and gentlemen, this channel was attacked, this network was attacked, I was attacked when I said exactly what the court has said today, that this whole hijab issue is a non-issue. It's not an issue. And it's ridiculous that some people went against what was said by the founding fathers of the Constitution by trying to play the communal card and make this issue an issue. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a non-issue. The High Court has dismissed it completely. Those who tried to make it an issue to gain some mileage for the UP elections have nowhere to run. Let's debate.
1 month since the hijab controversy, the matter stands settled.
First, they said hijab is not an essential religious practice. They said the uniform has to be seen as a reasonable restriction. Government orders are clear. And they also said the writ petitions are dismissed. The most important part of the verdict of the Karnataka High Court is when they spoke about what really led to the hijab imbroglio, which they said seemed to be some unseen hands that are at work to create social unrest and disharmony.
The court in its order has noted the role of the unseen hand, a story investigated by Republic TV.
हम किसी को बैकअप नहीं कर रहे थे, हम फ्रंट में रुककर लीड कर रहे थे, बैकअप हम नहीं कर रहे थे। नहीं, वही बोल रहे सर। सही, वही है, बैक नहीं कर रहे थे, हम फ्रंट में रुककर ये लड़कियों का साथ दे रहे थे।
वही बोलेंगे क्या लड़कियों को ऐसे इंटरम ऑर्डर फॉलो करने के?
देखिए, वो उनका ऊपर है, they are individual right, we can't force them.
Today, the same students and same CFI are warning more protests.
ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಪು ಅಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ತೀರ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀವಿ.
The High Court has given a judgment but not justice. So we do not welcome this.
Notice the language of both the campus front and the petitioners as they now move the Supreme Court.
6 students have Hoover petitioners before the Karnataka High Court have now moved the topmost court of the country, challenging the order of the Karnataka High Court, clearly stating petition that the High Court has failed to note the fact that wearing of hijab comes under the right to privacy under the Constitution of India.
Honorable High Court has given the verdict and I think everybody should follow it, and peace and tranquility is necessary, and especially for children, education is most important.
The Congress party wants to give cover fire once again.
हमारा सबका फर्ज है, सबका हम कर्तव्यबद्ध हैं कि जुडिशरी का कोई फैसला आए उसको आदर करें और उसके मुताबिक अपना आचरण करें.
And some parties that used the hijab issue in the elections are now making it about religion.
मुस्लिम महिलाओं पर टारगेटिंग होगी उनकी जगह जगह पर. अरे भाई, अगर कोई स्कूल को जाकर पहन रहा है, क्या उसमें बुराई है?
If the hijab issue is settled, can the provocation continue? Let's debate.
We have Sanju Verma with us of the BJP, Uday Mahurkar, author, thinker and scholar of modern Indian history, and Dr. Zeenat Shaukat Ali, professor of Islamic studies. We have Advocate Waris Pathan of the AIMIM, Maria Tabassum, educationist, Taslim Rahmani of the PFI, and Atikur Rahman, who's an Islamic scholar. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Now, see, Atikur Rahman,
can you kindly correct
lost.
by
Maria
introduction?
Tabassum, I told you earlier.
Can you...
Why? What happened?
Can you kindly correct my introduction?
Yeah, Hannah, please tell
I'm
me.
not from PFI nor SDPI.
Why? Oh, you've changed once again.
No, I was not.
Okay. Okay.
It is not
he's
a new
no
thing.
longer
It's
with.
not 6
He's
months.
temporarily not with them. All right. Opening up the debate. Maria Tabassum is on the debate. Maria Tabassum is on the debate, ladies and gentlemen. With Sanju Verma. Maria Tabassum, you say. Maria Tabassum, you argued very hard, but the fact of the matter is that you never had an argument. You were being absolutely and horribly communal. You were being anti-Ambedkar. You were being anti-Constitution. And you thought just because you could pressurize things, you could get away with it. You've lost. The court has rejected your communal card. It's time for you to accept it and now move on. And it's also for you to learn a lesson. Never to question the secularism of this country. Maria Tabassum, please. Yes.
So I agree with you on this, that the UP elections and all these elections, they were actually the agenda behind this this thing that was just brought into, and the hijab issue.
I never mentioned the UP elections in my question.
And we have seen who have benefited from it. We have seen that even though there is no development in UP, but still the ruling party has again won over there. So it is very clear that even though, and particularly UP, if you see Punjab had a different...
You're a bad loser on this.
Result.
You're a bad loser, Maria.
Because
you lost in court.
You're absolutely right about it.
You lost in court.
It did benefit. And it did benefit all those people who are supporting this party.
No. I never even mentioned the UP elections in my question. You're imagining things, Maria. Maria, I'll tell you what the court said. See, listen. 1 minute. Maria, I'll tell you what the court said, okay? Now, the court said that wearing of the hijab is not an essential religious practice of the Islamic faith. And for your kind information, as Sanju will tell you, we'll take the debate forward with her, only what is an essential religious practice is protected under Article 25. Wearing of the hijab is not an essential religious practice. And in this country, the Constitution is interpreted by the court, right? Not by the AMPLB or the AIMIM.
Really,
Sanju is taking it forward. If they believe in the court, they should leave it here. Sanju Verma.
All the high courts, all the high courts and the ruling parties of those particular states, they have the similar ideas. I don't know, that's a coincidence or what is happening. So whenever a high court is giving a judgment, we know from the beginning that it is going to be in favor of what the ruling party wants. So I don't know, maybe it is just a coincidence, but we have really high hopes with the Supreme Court, and I hope that the court will protect the sanctity of this great country, which is a secular democracy, and judiciary is above politics. It will be proved in Supreme Court.
Please, Madam, I heard you. Also, I think today is a historic day because the Karnataka High Court has said a couple of things, which I think your panelists, especially those from the pro-hijab lobby, need to know. As you rightly said, hijab is not an essential Islamic religious practice. More importantly, the court dismissed all the petitions saying that they were devoid of merit. But as Rhythm said in her introduction, I think the most pertinent point in the entire judgment was 3 lines which stood out for me. The way the hijab imbroglio unfolded, said the justice, give scope for the argument that some unseen hands are at work to engineer social unrest and disharmony. So, Madam, your pro-hijab lobby was trying to engineer communal disharmony. This is what the Karnataka High Court has said. And let me tell you, you people indulge in a lot of water outreach. You first said we will believe in the judgment of the Karnataka High Court. The moment the judgment has come out against what you wanted, your CFI, Campus Front of India members like Alia Asadi, Muskan Zainab, Aisha, A.S. Almas, all these women, go and see the Twitter timeline. They are saying this is a fascist judgment by the Karnataka High Court, which basically means you don't believe in the judgment of the court. You don't believe
trying to take away the right of dissent also from me? I mean, is it legally required? Is it binding on me that I should agree with the High Court judgment? No, you
May
tell me
I
why is it
finish?
obligatory for me
Yes,
to...
I did not interrupt you, madam. Shut up. I did not interrupt you. Please
Maria,
shut up for a while.
actually, it is because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
your
yeah.
I did not
plan.
interrupt you.
Maria, in fact, Sanju Verma, I just want to answer what Maria said on whether the High Court judgment is binding on her as the law of the land. Absolutely, it's binding on you and every citizen when they say hijab is not an essential religious practice. But the real butt of the matter, and I also want to get in Atikur Rahman and others here, Maria, is whether it is actually going to be seen as an essential religious practice. When just let me say what the court has actually said here, and I go across to them then, where the court says that if you don't wear the hijab, do you actually become sinners? Does Islam lose its glory and it ceases to be a religion, Atikur Rahman?
Rhythm, this
Atikur and
essentiality
Uday.
aspect
Yeah.
has to
Atikur.
be decided with the Sabarimala issue also. Because the Sabarimala issue was challenged by the government of India. The Home Minister of India is on record saying that on the aspects of religion and the astha of the people,
You
the
basically
courts
believe in
cannot
my way
rule.
or the highway. Please, hijab is a regressive practice. Hijab is a regressive practice. It is disenabling. It is disempowering.
Sanju, you had done it,
is
Sanju.
not a 21st century practice. It is a 16th or 17th
Sanju,
century
I was
practice.
answering Rhythm. Please allow me to
Please
answer.
stop endorsing regressive practices under the garb of protecting Muslim women.
No. We can go around and we can go around 1 minute. Atik, a minute. I want to bring you into the debate right now. I want to bring you into the debate with Uday Mahurkar. Uday Mahurkar, the real issue that comes to my mind is, I really think people like Atikur Rahman, people like Taslim Rahmani, people like Maria Tabassum don't believe in the courts. They believe in some other system. What other system do you believe in? You tell me. No. Say it openly, Atikur.
Arnab.
You don't believe in the supremacy of the courts. What do you believe in? Tell Uday Mahurkar. No. What do you believe in the courts?
Arnab.
The courts have rejected it. The courts have said there's an unseen hand. The courts have said there is a conspiracy. The courts have said this is provocation. You don't believe in the courts? You answer that simple question. Do you or do you not believe in the courts? The court has said it's not an essential religious practice. Do you believe in the courts?
Why are you so jittery? The Hindutvawadis are so jittery. If the Muslims are asserting their rights through the constitution and the courts, why are you so jittery?
So it's got to be in line with the constitution precisely for that reason. I want Uday Mahurkar to come in on this. Uday. No. I think Uday Mahurkar should come into this.
Arnab.
How can you reject what the courts have said? You are openly challenging the judicial system of this country. I want Uday Mahurkar to come in.
Our rights, and our rights will be guaranteed by the constitution, by the constitutional courts, not by the government.
Uday. Spoken. Mr. Rahman, let me speak. Arnab, this judgment is a slap on the face of that leadership of the community which doesn't want to allow the community to merge in the mainstream. So this throws open a much larger debate. In 1955, Hindu Code Bill came in the 50s. They had a chance, Muslim community had a chance to join the national mainstream. No, they said no, we want a different code. Then Shah Banu happened in 1984. Again, same thing happened. So, is the responsibility for reform and progressiveness the responsibility of Hindu community alone, not of the Muslim community? And more, you see, debates like this, where you see here we have to be very clear. The court has said that they can wear hijab. They can wear hijab at home, but they can't wear in the school. So this is a very, very, very clear judgment, which falls in the which is in tune with the objectives of the Indian Constitution, and you see with fundamental duties, fundamental responsibilities also come. Even Veer Savarkar had said that with fundamental right to fundamental responsibilities. Fundamental.
Arey, sir, allow me to make my point, sir. We are talking about the constitution given to us by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Don't talk about the constitution of Veer Savarkar.
Yeah, you don't please mutilate Baba Saheb Ambedkar here. No. I'll tell you one thing. You are anti-Ambedkar, Waris. Waris, you are the most anti-Ambedkar man I know. You are an openly anti. You are an anti-Ambedkarite.
Arnab, the freedom of right and religion also comes with the rider of
High Court.
With the rider of
against the fundamental rights. It suspends the fundamental rights.
Reasonable restrictions. Reasonable restrictions.
Speech and expression. It is also against the Constitution preamble.
They come with the rider of
equality.
Reasonable restrictions.
Baris Pathan, you are reading from the preamble. The 129-page order that has been given out. Baris Pathan, I just want to come across to you. The 129-page order from the Karnataka High Court exactly talks about the preamble, and it also talks about our chief architect of the Constitution, B.R. Ambedkar. What is it really saying? Baris Pathan, it is saying that emancipation of Muslim women has to be there. It is akin to the Parda system, and therefore hijab should not be there because there needs to be equal opportunities. Look at the words they've used.
Brilliant.
Equal opportunities and progressive secularism.
I don't agree. It is my constitutional right to agree or disagree with the judgment of the Honorable Karnataka High Court. I don't agree. The essential practice of religion will be decided by the ulemas and muftis who know the Quran better than me and you. Let them decide it. The law, freedom. They should not interfere into the laws of the religion. Allow me to make my point, sir. What about Article 15 of the Constitution? It is not discriminatory. Now our Sardar brothers will be allowed to go wearing a turban. My Hindu brothers will be allowed to wear a red thread in their hand and they will be allowed to go. But only my Muslim sister and daughters won't be allowed to wear a hijab and go into the school. It is not discrimination. Will this not create dangers for the women?
Court has also said other people wearing religious symbols shall also not be allowed. So it's not only about certain headgear that a Muslim is wearing, Baris Pathan. Understand the secularism of the judgment. Amina Shirwani, I would just ask.
Wearing a uniform, on the uniform.
Yeah. Amina.
We don't, on the uniform, we want to wear the hijab of the same color. When I
am so delighted
I was allowed to wear hijab and
this case is going to go into the Supreme Court also.
That. But in our country, when our sisters and daughters want to wear hijab,
that the hijab is not at all essential. By the time it reaches the Supreme Court, it will be revealed that not is it just not inessential, it is actually blasphemous.
Case is going
it is kufr. It is kufr to cover up a woman in black garments according to the Quran. The more the Quran is revealed, the more we will come to know about what it says and what right it gives to women. Let it also be revealed that the Quran gives property rights to women which these men take away. The Quran gives tafiz-e-haqq talaq to women where women can divorce their husbands. These men take those rights away. The Quran gives us women rights to nan and nafka, cooked food and stitched clothes from our husbands. All those rights are taken away by male patriarchal systems from us. Then Mr. Baris Pathan is silent, his mouth is sealed. Only hijab becomes a choice, nothing else is a choice for us women. Where is the 50% property that we Muslim women were supposed to get? As per the Quran and as per Islam, our brothers usurp it all.
The women were a will.
Amina keeps silent at that point of time.
Nobody keeps a ban
When these men are usurping our rights, when these men are usurping our rights,
what is mentioned in the holy book, the Quran.
You keep quiet now.
What is your right?
Yes, you men deny that to women hijab.
He says you keep quiet.
You are supposed to have a wall of shame and decency over your eyes. I am not supposed to be covered in black garments. You are supposed to have a wall of decency over your sinful eyes. You have disobeyed the Quran. On a continuous basis, you disobey the Quran. You are utterly shameless. You are not Muslims.
But perhaps
none of you have taken a barat of 11 people. All of you have taken hundreds of people in your barats and made the girl's family feed them all. You are not a Muslim if you take more than 11 people. You are utterly shameless. You are non-Muslims. You are kafirs. What you do is kufr all the time. And the hijab, this covering up of women, is kufr according to the Quran. Women are free human beings. We are brave. We are strong. We have strong iman.
True.
We are fearless. We do not need to be hidden away. We do not need to be covered. You men have filthy eyes. You're watching pornography all day long. Hindustan and Pakistan are the two highest consumers of pornography in the world.
Tasneem.
With free geo and with free data, that is what you all do.
According
It
to
is
you,
you who are filthy
Maria
in soul,
is also a
in
kafir.
mind, in your eyes. You all need to change. Maria is also a kafir because hijab is not allowed. It is kufr. It is absolute kufr to cover your... We
Maria.
are beautiful. We are gorgeous. Our hair is fantastic. It is nothing to be ashamed of. Our bodies are made by God to be used and enjoyed by us. There is nothing sinful or shameful. We are not to be covered up like a piece of dirt.
Maria.
We are not to wear weird fancy dresses and roam around. We are to wear clothes that are comfortable. We are to wear clothes that help us to do our work.
It is time to mute her speaker.
You may cover your face. You may cover your mouth,
it's not a question
Maria.
of time.
You may
I
gag
actually,
yourself. You may take your mouth.
I think Rhythm, we should also go to Zinat Shaukat Ali. No. One point is, it is possible, Rhythm, I was thinking here. It is possible. It is possible. I'm just making a point. It is possible, Rhythm. I always in my life, I give those who are misguided. Waris, listen to me. I'm saying something. Just chill, no, calm down. Calm down. You see, Rhythm, in my life, I always give the other side the benefit of doubt. So I don't say that, I don't say, for example, about Maria or Tasleem or Atik, that they are not religious. I would say that maybe they have not read the Quran. Maybe they have not read the Quran. Maybe Maria has not understood the Quran. And maybe Tasleem Rahmani has not read, and maybe for all the big talk, Atikur Rahman knows nothing about what is written in the Quran, what is written in the surahs. And it's also possible that people like Waris Pathan, Rhythm, are actually not anti-constitution. Maybe he has not read the constitution. Maybe Waris has not read the constitution.
Nowadays, the people like Arnab has a doctorate.
Who has?
I am talking about the constitution.
I know the people like Arnab has a doctorate.
I am talking about
you got the
constitution.
PhD on Quran.
What
and
knowledge do
Islamic
you have about the
Sharia.
I want Zinat to come in.
I say it is violation of Article 15.
Okay, since you are challenging me, I will take it to Dr. Zinat Shaukat Ali. No, I have not. I cannot claim any expertise on having read the Holy Quran. But I will simply say, and I will hand it over to Zinat Shaukat Ali, and I will say, allow me, that the High Court has precisely relied on the Holy Quran to state that there is no imposition or argument of hijab being mandatory for women in the Quran.
We don't agree.
That's what the court has said.
We don't agree.
You keep challenging it.
I think
Don't agree. Who forces you to agree? But you'll have to follow it. Even if you don't agree. I want to go to Zinat Shaukat Ali. Zinat Shaukat Ali. Zinat Shaukat Ali. Zinat Shaukat Ali is her name.
Thank you, Arnab.
Let her come in.
You are quite right. You are quite right. There are 7 verses in the Holy Quran which use the word hijab, and none of these verses refer to clothing. They refer to the lexicons have translated this word as a curtain, as a barrier, as a division, but not as clothing. And the verses that are referred to, that I'm referring to, are used metaphorically. Like there's a hijab between God and man. There's a hijab between good and evil. There's a hijab between good people and not good people. There's a hijab when Mary, when Mary, the mother of, when she got pregnant, mother of Jesus, and she went away to a temple and isolated herself. So she said there was a barrier. So she said this is a hijab for her. When Solomon was, he used to love horses, and he used to sit late in the evenings and watch the horses run. And when the horses were running into the darkness, the word is hijab. So there was that. So hijab is used metaphorically, and what is used for clothing is khimar, and it is jilbab. And as I have earlier said on your show, that these were the kind of dresses which expose certain parts of a woman's body, and therefore there was a crisis in Medina when this lady was attacked, and the reason given is that she was of loose character, so therefore she was wearing that garment. So in the first instance, we have to say that Islam has never introduced this kind of railing. This railing and this kind of clothing existed 2,500 years prior. You see it in the Byzantine, the Sassanid empires. You see it, and you see it coming into Turkey at a later stage. So here you are, and when the Quran is speaking about it, there was a specific circumstance when this lady, she went to buy milk, and ladies used to go in the night to attend to the offices of nature, and they were attacked because the garment that they wore, the jilbab, had a slit in front where the private parts were shown. Therefore, this verse was revealed that lower your gaze, and it came for the men first, that lower your gaze and guard your modesty. And when you go out, do not allow your private parts to be shown, but you take a dupatta, you cast a garment over it and cover yourself for your own safety. Now, this is the verse that has not been interpreted by me, but interpreted by great writers like Qurtubi.
Yes.
It has been interpreted by Muhammad Asad, by Muhammad Asad, by Abdullah Yusuf Ali, and you look at this translation by Zawahiri.
Taslim Rahmani.
So, see, these are the verses that have been interpreted to say.
You are not replying what I have asked. I have asked it very clearly.
Rahmani, let me finish.
That court has no jurisdiction to decide and
finished.
define the essentiality of any religion, any essential practices of any religion.
It is not for anyone to decide.
Sanju,
uniform,
school uniform.
Why should anybody decide?
Sanju Verma, when these people in Waris Pathan, Taslim Rahmani are talking about the chief. Okay. Okay, Taslim Rahmani, just one question. Sanju Verma also wants to make a point. Sanju Verma, just one question. When the High Court verdict says the chief architect of the Constitution is B.R. Ambedkar, and he has said that this is not going to lead to emancipation of Muslim women, will those who are using the young students as pawns to create a hijab row also talk about how Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has spoken about the burqa women walking in the streets as one of the hideous sights that is there? There needs to be emancipation of the Muslim women.
That's what B.R. Ambedkar said, yes.
Or any other article. It's not about any article.
Can I switch? Can I have Waris on the right and Sanju on the left, please? Thank you.
May I please? Arnab, I need to just quickly make a few points. Let's be very honest about this whole thing. The court has time and again said, how did this entire hijab row snowball into such a large affair? So let us not lose sight of the fact that radicalized Islam...
The BJP started, the BJP and the RSS started.
Like PFI and
the hijab row was started by the BJP and RSS. Since last 1400 years we have been wearing hijab. Nothing happened.
This is not fair. I refuse to debate, Arnab.
All of a sudden,
I refuse to debate because, I do not allow myself to be helpful.
Waris, let her complete after that. Thank you. Thank you. Waris, volume down for a minute, please. I'll come to you after that.
If I make my point, she has to remain quiet, yeah.
Yeah.
Waris, shut up. Now let me make my point.
You shut up.
Don't use such unparliamentary words here. Oh, please shut up. You're a goon. You're just a gunda who masquerades as an advocate. Shut up.
Who are you? 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 Check the Twitter, you will know what you are. Check the comment on the Twitter, you will know what you are.
I refuse to debate. You can have participants.
Don't be personal.
This is not a way to debate when you don't have the
Arnab, why you call her every day? Why you call her every day and spoil the mood of the nation? Why you call her every day? Nobody wants to listen to her.
Let this gunda
debate, focus on the debate. I think Rhythm asks a very good question, and if we go back to the fundamentals of Rhythm's questions, instead of attacking each other, she said, Rhythm says, as usual, Rhythm was being quite brilliant and focused on this. And why don't you look at what Rhythm said? Rhythm said that B.R. Ambedkar, who's called the father of the Constitution, favored a uniform civil code.
Who is Sanju Verma? Nobody knows, even the BJP who is Sanju Verma.
I'm not debating Sanju Verma. You can debate Sanju Verma. Rhythm and I are not debating Sanju Verma.
Now you keep quiet. You keep quiet. You keep quiet now. I will speak. No. No, you cannot make your point.
It's going out of control.
You are making a point since half an hour. You are making a point since half an hour.
You don't know the header of a goon.
By Waris, you lost in the High Court. Is it my problem?
What kind of a nonsensical debate is this?
Why should Arnab allow BJP?
You lost the UP election. You lost in the courts. You've lost everything. In fact, you got less votes than Nota. Still, you don't realize. Let Sanju complete a point. Sanju, please complete a point. Sanju is on the debate. I've decided now. I'm moving on. Sanju is on the debate. Sanju.
She's like half an hour. She's saying, I want to make a point. I want to make a point. And she's not making a point. She does not have a point to make.
I'm requesting you, Anand. Anand, thank you very much. Please reduce one of the faders. Calm down, everyone. Thank you. Okay, Waris, now come on, Waris. Yeah, be a sport. Calm down.
The main point that we all need to understand, which the court has repeatedly pointed out, which I'm sure Rhythm is aware of. The court said, yes, Article 14 is a fundamental right. Yes, Article 15 guarantees right equality is a fundamental right. Yes, Article 25 guarantees freedom to profess and practice your religion is a fundamental right. But when it comes to wearing a dress, a uniform that has been prescribed by the College Development Committee, then the students cannot say a no, because wearing a dress or a uniform that is prescribed comes under the ambit of reasonable restriction. And every fundamental right is subject to reasonable restriction of public order, morality, and health.
I have only one thing in objection, that why the court has taken its authority to Uday Dada has no right to define my religion. I will not give any authority to anybody to define my religion. I understand my religion better than a court.
Yeah. Uday.
Arnab, there is a much larger issue involved in this. Arnab, there is a much larger issue involved in this. This entire hijab thing is part of a pan-Islamic agenda. How many hijabs you saw, say 30 years ago? Even today, the number of women not wearing hijab is vastly significant in the Muslim community. It's part of a pan-Islamic agenda, which is a Wahhabi agenda. They don't want the Muslim community to merge with the mainstream. There are much larger issues involved in this debate.
Uday,
much larger issues involved.
Yeah, but it's settled now, you know. I think all we need is a uniform civil code.
For example,
the only way
for example,
allow me to respond.
Uday Dada, the only way.
Controversies, you've seen controversies.
No, the only way now, Uday Dada, to take this forward.
You've seen controversies on
Uday Dada, we will keep
offering namaz on the road. Yeah.
You're saying that's also provocation, and I'm saying, Uday Dada, that the only way to settle issues like this is by quickly bringing in a uniform civil code. There is no other way, Atik. All that I have learned over the last 2 months of this completely unnecessary debate has been that we really need to expedite bringing in a uniform civil code.
Arnab, that is what I am saying. In 1950s,
Mr. Uday,
the Hindu code bill came. Muslims never accepted.
Then even during Vajpayeeji's time in the BJP manifesto. Why are you not asking the question to the BJP in the last 7 years why they haven't brought a draft resolution on the floor of the parliament related to uniform civil code? It was since Mr. Vajpayee's time.
Now, what is
in their manifesto mentioned?
What is your stand?
And we are debating
what is your stand?
Right now.
That is a different matter.
My stand does
that
not
is a different
count.
matter.
We have elected the Parliament
are you ready
of India
for uniform
to
civil
take
code?
A call on it.
Are you ready for uniform civil code?
What is good and what is bad for our society? You and me on Arnab.
Are you ready for uniform civil code? You talk about yourself. Why are you talking about BJP?
Wherein
you talk about yourself. You don't allow.
What is he showing? What is Waris showing again now? Rhythm, what is Waris showing? Yeah, what are you showing, Waris? You got my attention. Yeah, you've got my attention. What are you showing?
Yeah.
What are you showing? Show it to everyone. Since you lost the debate with Sanju, you're responding.
Mr. Goswami, have the guts to listen to the truth.
I didn't reduce your fader. I didn't reduce your fader. I was compelled to.
You don't have the guts to listen to the truth.
I was compelled to.
I was making my point, and Sanju Verma had no point to make. Sanju Verma was totally
Please
out of
understand,
it.
you have
should
lost
removed her from the
the
debate itself.
Uttar
Nobody
Pradesh
wants to
की
listen to
जनता
her.
ने आपको
Nobody
धक्के
knows
मारे।
her. Even the BJP does
उत्तर
not know her.
प्रदेश
The
जनता
nation
ने
does not want to listen to
Oh
her.
God, he goes
You
again.
call her every night and you
Okay.
the entire
No,
debate.
I was compelled to come in because I'm not debating Sanju Verma, I'm debating the hijab issue. Anyway, now listen to me, Waris. Waris, my friend, listen to me. It's close to bedtime. If you shout like that, it's like having 10 cups of coffee before going to sleep. It's not good for your health or your constitution. The hijab issue is settled. Settled. S-E-T-T-L-E-D, ladies and gentlemen. It's settled. It's over. It's over for good. And now we must have a uniform civil